Welcome back to Wreckfest. You know us today as we continue on in the World Masters Championship, the final championship in the career mode. And today the aim is to unlock some new races. Now the races to our right require 1,000 points total to unlock. We don't have that many. We've got 586. We are short by 300. And how many are we short by? 434. That's what I'm short by. So we need to go and get them points today, and we're going to start that with Haunted Destruction. This race is a race we've done a few times. We should know the track pretty well. It's Dirt Devil Stadium, Dirt Speedway. We're using a brand new car today, the Sunrise Super. This is one of the cars we haven't used yet that we've just bought. Track record is set by Killer BS, B rated 33.764, and the A record is Boomer RS at 34.861. Should be able to beat them records today, I would hope, but we never know, especially in a brand new car. Now, our first attempt at this race didn't go very well. We're first on lap number 5. This is still the qualifying, so first race of the multi-heat set of 3. And yeah, first position, and we kind of messed up. I kind of just didn't know what was going on there and decided to wreck ourselves, which means we get nothing. So, we go again. Let's go properly this time. Qualifying, attempt number 2. We need 6 laps and we need to get into the top 12 to qualify. A decent start for the car. The Sunrise Super. Let's get used to the name now. Making our way through on the inside, taking a few positions. Get a bit tangled up with the car there. Managed to force them off to the right hand side. We're trying to just keep ourselves out of trouble. We've got a second place already. Left-hander, taking it quite nice. We're going to stay to the lower side of the track. So we're going to go underneath the jump to the right. And then we just get a bit out of sorts on landing. Too far to the left-hand side. And now at the bottom, we need to get ourselves back up and going again. Losing positions left, right and centre here. Not too much damage though. We got away the damage side of things. So we're currently in 14th position as we look to finish at lap number 1. We need another 2 positions by the end of this if we're going to make it through. And I don't know what happened. We just kind of smashed into the car there as we weaved to the right. I can't really explain. It didn't really go the way we wanted to. Major damage to us now. And yeah, bit of a weird one. That's another car we managed to spin out though as well. More for the bonus than anything else. But I wasn't really aiming for the bonus. So I'm not quite sure what we're doing, to be fair. 11th place now out of 24. So in the qualifying zone. 6th suddenly out of nowhere. As we get over the jump and make that through quite nicely. We're suddenly in 6th position. We're in the qualifying zone on lap number 2, near the end of lap number 2, start of lap number 3, as we try and make another car there go out ahead of us, go out of control. Didn't quite make it work, but we're going to go through on the inside into 4th position now, halfway through the race. And we kind of need to calm down, I think, because the damage done, this could end really badly if we're not careful. We're already seeing messing up in qualifying, did not finish. Don't want that. We need points. But that is a traffic jam and a half as we managed to make our way through. A bit of damage though, but there was nowhere else to go. We were lucky to get away with that. I think we'd hit that full speed and not noticed it. That could have been a lot worse. End of lap number 3, start of lap number 4. We're in 3rd position now. Plenty into qualifying position. Just got to hold on now. 2 laps to go. And I think we're in a good position. But damage-wise, we're not. This is where we have to be extra careful. Left-hander again. It's the damaged wrecked cars around us that are going to cause us a problem. As we take 1st position, completely out of the blue there. A lot of the cars from the jump have been cleared by looks of things, which helps us massively. Again, out of sorts on exit. Managed to save the car from going left. And we do stay... No, we lose the position, but then he crashes. And we gain it back again. 1st position is ours as we start lap number 5. Penultimate lap now. And we just need to bring this home. 2 laps to go. I said that before, it's actually 2 laps now. We just need to be careful of all the debris and the crash cars, because that's what's going to cause us major issues if we're not careful here. We haven't got much health, so we've got to be so careful. I don't know how many cars are out, but by the looks of it, quite a few. As we go down underneath the jump, over the next one, landing that a lot better than we have done. No, out of sorts, no! Again, not really landing it correctly. I don't know what's going on there and going left. As we stand the car up on 2 wheels. We lose 1st position once again, so now we've got to chase down 1st. It doesn't matter if we don't get it, because we're already qualified if we stay in one piece. Final lap now, 2nd out of 24. first position in our sights. As first position hits the wall a little bit there, we should have the speed on the inside to go past him, and we do indeed. Sunrise Super flying past him into first position. We're just going to take this next bit safely. That's all we've got to do. Survive the next bit. We're through to the semi-finals. We're going for the under here, taking it nicely. Can we land the jump correctly this time? Ish. We get a bit out of sorts again, but manage to save it. Left-hander. I think we've got this in the bag. I think first position is ours. Come on, let's cross the line. And first position is ours. We finished the second attempt, first of 24. A lap time of 36.457. Nowhere near any of the records. The main thing is we're through to the semi-finals. Semi-final time now. Got to do better. Got to be more careful of the cars around us, especially damaged cars, because we could so easily have been wrecked there and lost everything. Starting in first position, only 20 cars qualified because of all the amount of wrecks. Wrecks don't qualify. That's the thing. So we're going to be so careful. But first left-hander getting ahead of the cars behind us, creating a bit of a gap to be fair. And already we've got a big lead. They are trying to challenge us from behind, but we're flying already. As I say, the first couple of laps aren't a problem as long as you can stay fairly safe. It's all more so the last few laps where there's so much debris on the track that it causes issues. But end of the first lap of 6 and we are flying. There's a big gap to the cars behind. Absolutely flying at this one. Miles in front. Just going to play it safe though now. No getting carried away with this. Just making sure we play this carefully. I want to make the final. We need the points at the end of the day if we want to unlock the next lot of races. So we need these points. We're desperate for them. Left-hander going for the under again. I do think the under here is a safer jump. More so at the start of the race. Maybe the end of the race, the over would be the better jump depending on where the crash cars are. That's the big thing. But end of lap number 2, we're still in first position. A big gap to the cars behind still. We're holding our own, setting ourselves a best lap on lap number 2 there. And we are flying. Sunrise Super definitely doing its job here. And these are quick laps. They're not slow laps at all. That we're trying to be as quick as possible. Try and get a record if we can. But at the same time, trying to make sure we make these through safely. Not very much debris on the track at the minute. Although to the right hand side there's a few crash cars there. But yeah, not so much debris at the minute. So that's helping us a lot. Because we don't have to avoid too much. Which means we can keep the speed up. As we're going past a couple of lap cars here. Keeping first position as we end lap number 3 and start lap number 4. Halfway through the race now, 3 laps to go. And we are flying. I don't know, that car that flew past the back of us there, it was a lapped car to be fair. There's a car here, very low health. We did just hit him once for a little bit of damage to us. I thought, well, while we're here, we might as well try and wreck him. In fact, we do get a wreck there. Did get us a bit out of sorts because of it, and a bit more damage, but we're okay. We have got a bit to play with. I'd rather not risk it too much if we can help it. But we do get a wreck there. First position still as we take the final corner. End of lap number 4. Start of lap number 5. The penultimate lap. 2 laps to go. And we are still flying in first. Overtaking cars and lapping them left, right and centre. Literally. Yeah, flying. Absolutely flying. If there's a way to win this race, this is it. Oh, no. Nearly off there. Saved ourselves just about. But yeah, absolutely flying. Get that corner messed up a little bit, so we have to go for the over jump here, which has got a lot more debris around. And we turn the car over. No. Come on. We're still going though. We're still in one piece, just about. We've got most of the car intact to a degree. We've got a bit of damage. It's not severe, but it's noticeable at the minute. We're going to end lap number 5 and start the final lap of the race in first position. A decent amount of damage done to ourselves with that little roll there. I don't even know what really went wrong on that jump, to be fair. It's not the jump we use normally, but yeah, I don't quite understand what went wrong. We kind of messed something up there. Doesn't matter, we're still in first position, still holding on. There's only 2 cars, including ourselves, left in this race now. So just going to make it over really slow here as we go through the traffic and the debris. And we've won this at a canter, to be honest. Final lap, left-hander. And we are going to bring this home in first position of the 20 cars that qualified and make it through to the final. That is a decent finish. We set a lap time of 35.143, so our best so far, but still not good enough for any record. Still about a second off the A-class record. Now the final is double the amount of laps, 12 laps. So we'll commentate the first lap, and then we'll probably leave it until something major happens if it does, because this is quite a long one. 12 laps can, especially if you start at the front, can be quite lonely and long, to be fair. And again, debris and damage is more likely to come at the end of the race than it is at the start. So that's what we have to be careful of. But already we started in first because we qualified in first. Only 13 cars qualified for this final. As did not finishes do not count for the finals. That's the big thing to be aware of. That's why we can't afford to crash out. But we're coming to the end of lap number 1. Left-hander here. We are flying a bit of a gap to the cars behind. They're nowhere near us. They don't want to catch us this rate though. We just got to be careful of what we're doing. But that is it. I will come back when something interesting happens. So we're approaching the end of lap number 6, so nearly the halfway point of the race. First position, and now we're the only car in the race. We are very low on health, critical damage. So we're going to end it. There we go, we've wrecked ourselves. But you might be thinking, well, you just messed up. We haven't. We did set a best lap of 34.561. That's enough for a brand new A-class record, beating the Boom RS's time. But because no other cars were still alive, we can crash out and we still win. I know. As long as you're the last car surviving, you still get it. So final position, first place. No bonuses, but total points 200 of 200. We've done what we needed to do. That was the aim. We needed points, and we've done it. So we're going to go on to Unlimited Bangers next. This is another multi-heat race. This is at Hilltop Stadium Oval. We have done this one before, but only scored 20 points. And we're going to be using the Dominator, B-Class 178 rated. And the track record and B-Class record is set by the Boomer RS at 21.050. Now, we've done this race once, and it went pretty badly. We got made our way all the way through to the final. And this is us. This is us. Lap number 7 of 12. We're missing a tyre. We're losing positions left, right, and centre. And we are going to get smashed to bits here as we create a massive crash. And everything goes wrong in one foul swoop in the final. And we are wrecked. We score no points. And we in the end bit, we get 0. So we have to redo it. Obviously, we need the points to unlock the races. So unluckily for us, we get nothing. So we're going to start again. Qualifying time this time. Qualifying race is the first one this time. This is a fairly standard, straightforward race. It's about staying out of trouble again, though. I think this one is probably easier than the last race to stay out of trouble and avoid debris. As long as you can get through the pack quickly. If you can get ahead into first place early, you're laughing. But it is 6 laps will fly by really quickly. So you have to just keep going. What we did with the Dominator as well, you may notice the back end has got some armour on it. It's about survival, these races. Yes, you need to be quick, but you also need to survive them. So I figured out we need some armour. We can't go in no armour like we would normally with most races to be as quick as possible. We have to have some armour on us just to protect ourselves, to give ourselves the best chance of surviving. So we are on lap number 2. We're currently 3rd of 24. 12 and higher qualify for the next round. Lap number 3 now. Best lap was set on lap number 2 according to that. And we're chasing down second place as it stands. You can just see him ahead of us there. We're staying wide now. We were normally at the inside, but we're going to stay wide as we're going to then dive for the inside against second place. A little nudge into the barrier, just catch ourselves out a little bit as well. But we're past them into second position now. The first place is just ahead. Lap number 4, halfway through the race, we set our best lap in the previous. And we're flying at this point as we try and catch first position. Again, not much debris on the track at this point. So that's helping us. Dive for the inside once again. Our favourite move. But instead of knocking the other car out of sorts, we actually mess ourselves up there. But we get going quickly once again. And again, we're trying to fight the first position. Messing ourselves up in the process. Got to be a bit careful now because this could really mess up our chances of qualifying. As we're now on the penultimate lap. We've got to be a little bit more careful, I think. Them moves didn't really help. I could have just overtaken him, but I thought, why try and get some bonuses out of this and try and do some damage at the same time. But actually, it affected us more than him. He's now fighting a lapped car, though, as we overtake the lapped car. We're going to look for the inside once again. Wasn't quite close enough there to gain first position. Final lap now, and it's a one-on-one race for first. I would like to qualify first, as it makes things easier. We're going to go up the inside. And can we hold it? We're going to really swing him wide. He's now going to have the inside if he tries to throw it up the inside there, but he doesn't. And we're going to finish the race in first position of 24, setting a lap time of 22.723, which is nothing, to be fair. It's a time. Semi-finals now, and again, we started in first position thanks to that finish in the last race. This is where we can now fly. Starting first, we should stay completely out of trouble and just get away nicely. And the Dominator, it's not the best car in the world. It's not going to be the fastest because we've got faster cars. We've put armour on it, so it's slower, it's heavier. But I don't think anyone's catching us. We can be pretty quick on the oval when we need to be. And at this rate, we are flying. First position as we start lap number 2. Not a massive gap to the cars behind, big enough that they can't dive us or try and do anything silly, and that's the main thing. If we stick to our lines now, they're not getting close. There's no way they're catching us at this rate. As we come to the end of lap number 2 and the start of lap number 3 already, and as I say, we are flying, and we're going to set our best lap of the race so far on lap number 2, and we're still flying really nicely. As not much is happening, we're in first place. I'm going to disappear, and I'll see you at the end. end of the race as we're coming up. First position, final lap. There we go. First position of 24. We set a lap time of 22.775. Again, not better than anything else. If you're wondering why I'm not talking through some bits and talking through others, we did a vote on the channel. You guys voted for us to show all the race, not skip any if we're in first and it's boring. But I'm not going to talk through the boring bits because I'll fall asleep. As I have been with this drowsiness issue as it is. So I'm skipping those just to stop myself messing up, really. If anything, I'm focusing on the driving more than the actual commentary side of things. But yeah, that's why we're skipping some of the talking, just because it will send me to sleep. And you don't want that when we're trying to win races. So finals now. We're in first position on lap number 2, flying as always. So I'm going to say what I said last time. I'm going to jump away, and we'll see you if something interesting happens, or the end. One of the two. Final bend of the oval, and we were still in first position, 12 laps down. Kind of not sure what I did here, but that was a bit silly, going into the crash car. It doesn't matter, we win. That was a bit of a silly move though, it could have ended badly for us. Best lap was 22.897, which wasn't anything decent anyway. The best lap the Dominator set was a 22.723, nowhere near the track record, but it's got its own personal best now at least on that track. Where do we finish? Well, obviously, finish first place. Bonus targets 2 of 2. Total points 200 of 200. Now, we are 34 points away from unlocking the next set of races. And it's a choice of what we do next. Now, the challenge one, we've tried and struggled. So instead, we're going to Big Valley Speedway for the outer oval for the school run. This is the school bus, C-Class 102 rated. I will say now there's no C-Class time on this track, and the actual outer oval track record is set by the Road Slayer A-Class 21.060. I'm not expecting us to be anywhere near that time. The main thing for this here is we have to finish first after 12 laps. That's it. That is all we have to do. Ignoring lap record, because it's not going to happen. We have to finish first. Now, I'll be honest, and this race we have attempted several times before this and struggled massively. So for this race, I wanted to try a new tactic. I'm sticking to the inside religiously. We'll go to the outside when we're ahead, but I mean ahead by quite a way. If we try and stick to the inside here, we're staying out of trouble while everyone else is on the racing line, which is out wide. We are going to be slightly slower because obviously we're not taking the optimal line, but at the same time we're also going to do a shorter distance because the inside is shorter than the outside. Kind of works its way out. But we're already 2 laps in and we're in 4th position as it stands. Remember, we have to win. That's for the 100 points that will get us the to unlock the next lot of races. It has to be a win. We've got no choice. It has to win. So we're now in 3rd position, and you can see we're slowly gaining on them on the outside. And it's not the speed that's making that happen, it is more the fact that we're taking a shorter distance than they are on the outside. We are keeping a consistent speed of 50 around the oval sides, and on the straights we can get up a little bit more. We'll just nudged our way into 2nd position now, staying very close to the inside, and that's important. The bottom is you can't turn too much or that happens. You saw the back end go out a little bit more than I wanted it to there, and that's because we tried to take a bit too much speed and a bit too much turning into the corner. So we've got to try and be really gentle with it. Again, a bit too quick into this one, 60 miles an hour as we hit the corner there, and you can see the back end go. That's what's going to mess us up if there's other buses around us. So we have to be careful on these corners. We don't want to flick the back end out too much if there's anything else close to us. But we're on lap number 4 now. I'm going to disappear once again. Enjoy us in the school bus trying to win 1st place. Final lap now, we're in first position, and we have moved to the outer lane. As you noticed a little while back, a few laps back, nothing was around us, so we started going more wide on the corners, so that's the faster line. And we could do so because there were no other buses around. This is when we're trying to set a decent time for ourselves more than anything else at this point. We're safely in first position. I think the 100 points are in the bag, and we're coming to the end. And it is 100 points in the bag, first position. We do set a personal best of 25.741, about 4.5 seconds off the track record. But the school bus now has a brand new C-class record, as well as its own personal best as well. I'm happy with that. It's taken a good few attempts, but as soon as I figured out, go up the inside and stick there until it's safe. Perfect. Bonus target's 1 of 2, but the important part, 100 points out of 100 points is what we needed. So at the start of this, we needed 434 points. We gained 500 points in this episode. We have now unlocked a load more races, and there are still more races to unlock with another 1,000 points as well. But that'll be coming up in the future episodes. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, a like does really help the channel. And we'll see you next time for more Wreckfest.